Welcome and happy Monday. There's a common outcome I've observed in professional women after they've experienced narcissistic abuse. Where once they were bold and confident when tackling challenging goals, now, even though they no longer have a narcissist in their face on a regular basis, it seems like they're go get 'em, take that hill, raise the bar, give me a good challenge, go after big goals mojo has run dry. I remember feeling that way myself. There's part of them that remembers when chasing after goals was fun. They laughed at the possibility of failure. But now, post-narcissist, not so much. In a moment of boldness, they'll set a challenging goal, but the inspiration and conviction that used to carry them through the messy middle that we all deal with when we're chasing after goals, that used to carry them across the finish line, and now it disappears early in the game, leaving them feeling frustrated and really kind of disheartened, even embarrassed. So what's going on here? Now, this week, we're going to tackle the question we've heard so many times: why do I start strong, then shrink back in anxiety? And let me start, first of all, by reassuring you that you are not weak and you are not damaged goods, and this is to be expected. Also, you're never going to be the you were before, but if you're willing to do the work, you'll become a new you who's even better than before at achieving challenging, important goals. Monday through Thursday of this week, we're going to unpack the contributing factors to this problem because we want to demystify what's going on. Then on Friday, I'm going to give you 3 helpful steps to get you back on track and moving forward as you can learn to believe in yourself again and enjoy the process of chasing after bold, challenging goals. And by the way, I wanted to give you a heads up. Wendy will be back with me next week, but this week, today, and the rest of this week, you've got me just by myself, okay? So we'll look forward to having Wendy back again. All right, so let's unpack this very first problem, which I'm going to label it as you're trying to get back to, quote, air quotes, normal you, but you can't find her. This happens to everyone when they come out of narcissistic abuse. You tell yourself to get it together and stop being a wimp, but flogging yourself like that, in your own inner narrative, you're just making things worse. And the more you wrestle with this, the less you accomplish. Have you discovered that? And in the process, your anxiety level shoots up at the thought even of going after a goal, because the more you wrestle with it, the more your confidence decreases, the more your anxiety increases, and the less willing you are to go after goals even. And that does something to you on the inside because that's not who you are, right? I mean, you've always been someone who is kind of goal-oriented, who is willing to rise to the occasion and make things happen, right? So as you're experiencing this, then you pull back from even challenging yourself to begin with. You start hiding. You start faking that things are fine. And next thing you know, you've opened the door to imposter syndrome. And you wind up fearing failure in areas that you used to be confident and competent in. There's some other things that fuel this problem too. And it's the result of, for one thing, this is a big topic worthy of its own episode, but just know for now that our identity gets damaged when we're dealing with narcissistic abuse. I mean, it's part of it, sadly. It comes with the territory. And then there's that pressure of trying to prove the echoes of the narcissist's, demeaning pronouncements of you. You want to prove those wrong. You want to prove that all those things that were said about you, that's not true, that, yeah, you can come back strong, but it sort of blows up in our face, right? And maybe you haven't accepted yet that you'll never go back to who you were before, but you don't yet realize that that's not a bad thing. In some ways, that can work in your favor because walk through this in the right way, handle things the right way, you can wind up better than you ever were before. So what you need to do for this is to start with, give yourself some grace, right? You've been through a lot and there's a whole recovery period. And even if it's been a year or more since you were with a narcissist, if you have not worked the recovery like how we teach you to work through these things, there's probably a lot of lingering stuff. You're probably still wearing a backpack full of bricks and you're just trying to make it through your days and give it your best shot. But it's taking 10 times the amount of energy that it should. So maybe you just need some grace from yourself. Give yourself some grace to breathe, to recoup some things. And this will tie in. Remember this, give yourself some grace throughout this week as we talk, because when we get to Friday, I'm going to give you 3 steps to rebuild some foundations in you. So that a little bit of grace right now is going to go a long way to help. Also, you may need to grieve the you that you feel that you lost before you can turn your eyes to accept a new year. And there's a whole process that goes along with this. So right now, I'm just kind of like tossing a couple of ideas out there for you to ponder and think, maybe I am being too hard on myself, or maybe I do feel a sense of loss at some things associated with me and my life from before that I've just, being a strong woman, I just pull myself up by the bootstraps and try to press forward. But maybe you do need to work through a process of grieving. And I'm happy to give you some ideas and help you with that. You can reach out to me at hello@AnnetteChesney.com. I'll be glad to chat with you about it. But I hope you'll join me tomorrow as we look at the active triggers that hijack your confidence when faced with new challenges. Now, remember, we'd love to chat with you about these issues. Again, email me at hello@AnnetteChesney.com. Remember that Wendy and I are with you on this journey to provide some guidance and wisdom, and we're always going to challenge you to grow, and we're going to speak truth to you in love. So we encourage you to partner with God and focus on becoming just a wee bit better than you were yesterday, right? Just 1% better, because all those improvements are cumulative. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode to help some others. And check out our show description. There's some additional helpful resources in there too. Keep going. Keep giving it your best shot each day, because your best is yet to come. I'll see you tomorrow.